Afternoon, everyone. This is Dawrell Rich. Thank you for joining in on today's broadcast. Uh, I want to say welcome to all of you who may be watching and have decided to join in. Um, I invite you to like, share, and even comment on the page. Feel free. I definitely want to be engaged with you in this time of sharing. Um, the first thing I want to do, actually, though, is check in and follow up with you following last week's broadcast. I heard from some of you that you were able to institute, um, if one, if not all, of the 5 tips for working from home. And I heard some really great stories from some of you who were able, again, to institute those things and have already begun to reap the benefits of it. Again, those 5 tips have really helped me. And as you can see, I am up, I'm in my space, working, dressed. Again, my friends always laugh at me because even though, I work from home or work from my own office space, I am dressed. And again, that's partially connected to my psychology surrounding work. So that's why I do it. But I'm saying all that to say that those 5 tips, um, uh, somehow, some way, I hope you were able to use them to your advantage and get you in a better rhythm, as we are navigating this time of social distancing. So the second thing I want to raise is that I think all of us can tell that COVID-19, it is reshaping how we live, it's reshaping how we work, it's reshaping how we engage, even with family members. Um, but it's also providing us space to slow down. So for the past 2 weeks, I've actually been preaching uh, from a sermon series entitled In the Stillness. And the main point of this sermon series is to get us to still ourselves long enough to hear, to hear what God is saying concerning us, to hear next steps, to get strategy, to clarify even our own vision for our lives and our well-being. And so I've decided to use this time as that space, that is space to slow down, uh, space to be still. I know that for many, when I say be still, automatically people think, do nothing. But that's not necessarily what I mean. When I say be still, I mean quiet yourself long enough to get clarity, to gain direction, to get next steps. And so I do believe that for those of us who are using this time wisely, that we are using it, we are actually stilling ourselves long enough to, again, get some clarity concerning next steps. Um, and so for me, this time of social distancing, it is also affording us time to rethink certain areas of our lives. Um, it's really giving us space to think about how we'll use uh, this particular time, but also life, what life could potentially look like for us post COVID-19. Um, and so, taking just an hour or two out of your day to assess your financial state, to assess your physical health, your spiritual well-being, all of that, to even just go over kind of your personal skills, what transferable skills you may have. The point that I'm trying to get to is to say that if we use this time wisely, this time of social distancing wisely, it could actually position many of us um, um, post COVID-19. It could position us in the way of really getting into the career paths we have longed to get into, for paying down some debt. I don't know about anybody else out there, but I have enjoyed not spending money on gas to and from the house to my office. Um, so things like that. So um, I'm really inviting all of you to consider, to just give some thought to what life will look like for you post COVID-19. Um, this might be the best time actually for you to consider, you know, um, again, what skill sets you have. For those of you who have always wanted to work from home, who have always said, oh, I'd like to just, have a remote office, all of that. Well, here's your space. Here's your opportunity. And here is where you get the chance to really get into a rhythm of that, to see if having a remote office, if working from home is for you. For those of you who out there, have been thinking about switching jobs, well, now's the time potentially for you to actually sit down and review your resume, or tighten it up, have it looked at, and start to scope out potential employers or positions that you might want to segue into. Most of you know that vocationally, I am a pastor and an adjunct professor. But I also have this great kind of entrepreneurial side. And so my entrepreneurial side has led me to create other streams of income. I have a nonprofit organization called Joshua's House. It primarily deals with community development. I have another organization called The River, which is more about empowerment, and that focuses on worship. Rich Word is through which I publish, I write, I speak. And then I also have Big Rich and Co., which is more of an apparel line. And so, again, this space for me of social distancing has given me opportunity to sit down, to virtually connect with my team. Actually, just yesterday, we had a great virtual team meeting, really to reconnect and to reposition these things and to say, okay, where do I want to go with these? How do I use this time wisely? For many of you who are watching this right now, you are, some of you have already gotten into the rhythm of what it means to, work from home, to work remotely. But then there are others, who still haven't gotten into that rhythm, for whom that this just isn't something you want to do. And that's fine. But yet still, you too can use this time wisely. And so in short, I want to assist you in repositioning yourself for life beyond COVID-19. I think it's important for all of us to consider, what does or what will dining out look like, as we are seeing so many restaurants, are doing curbside takeout. Like, realistically, everything as we know it could look strikingly different. And so today I've released an ebook entitled Seize This Day, Planning for the Future Today. And so across 5 days, we'll address areas of our lives, including spiritual health, financial health, physical health, social health, vocational health. We address these areas, and it includes a focus question, the thing that I want you to hone in on, think about, and consider deeply. And then it provides tasks for you to accomplish. And so, for example, for the social health day, I'm asking the question, how are you reconnecting with family members in this time? How are you reconnecting with friends during this time? And also, how are you connecting with colleagues? And so the point there is to reconsider or to think clearly about your social network and and identify those people who are important to you and you feel are important for the next step, the next phase of your life. For the physical health day, that really looks at you identifying a goal for yourself, setting a goal for yourself, a measurable goal. Some of you out there, you know about SMART goals. And so the physical health day invites you to set a SMART goal. If it's for you to exercise, then, name, the number of times per week you want to exercise, how much weight you want to, put off. If it is a diet plan, whatever it is, the point is for 5 days, you to begin to take steps towards life beyond COVID. So you say, these are the things that I want to put in place. So these are the things that I want to reposition myself towards. And so I'm inviting all of you to download the free ebook. The link is below. Feel free to download that ebook. Collectively, we're actually going to get started with it on Monday, but please download it today. Begin browsing through it, reading through it. It's not a difficult read, but rather it is something to get you thinking towards the future. Please, again, share with your family, share with friends and colleagues. During this time, we definitely want to stay connected. We definitely want to stay active. And I really want those of you that I'm connected to, I want you to really think about not just envisioning the next steps, but actually begin to execute the next steps. So thank you for joining me today. As always, please feel free to visit me on my website, dawrellrich.com. There are products there for purchase and for free, so please take a look there. I also offer consulting services, one-to-one, empowerment speaking, keynote speaking. All that information is found on the website, dawrellrich.com. Feel free also to follow me on Twitter and on Facebook. So, and speaking of that, tonight at 7 o'clock, I will be hosting a time of teaching here on this channel as well as on Facebook. So please plan to join me there. I look forward to seeing and speaking with all of you again. Remember, seize this day. Plan now for the next steps. Thank you. Have a great day.